fellow witches and wizards, we finally got our hands on the gameplay of Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. The trailer itself is a little bit short, but it packs a lot of information about the mechanics, features, the character customization, all that. So in this video, I'll make sure to cover everything that you possibly could have missed from this trailer. And also, the pre-orders are now live. You can do it right now, but they're a little bit confusing about what you're getting with which edition on what date. So I'll make sure to go over that at the end of this video because there's a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. So let's get to the breakdown. The trailer starts in the locker room of Hogwarts Quidditch pitch with gear, trophies, and posters on display. There's one where it says Ginny Weasley, possibly indicating that this is sometime around 6th year at Hogwarts, where Ginny finally joined the Quidditch team as a chaser. As the camera pushes in on the picture of the Quidditch pitch, we get a first reveal of the HUD. On top we have the scoreboard with blue and red teams, and also the different names above the characters are also colored in red and blue, indicating that there will not be any teams like from Ireland or USA. There will be just red and blue team, no actual teams. In the middle there is a timer, so there will be always a limited time for each match. And below there is an emblem of the golden snitch with 2 bars that will be filling up later on. I believe that's just for the seeker, and I guess for the rest of the team to know what's going on with the snitch and where the seekers are in their progression to catch the snitch. For the same purpose, there's also an indicator for the team's possession of the quaffle respectively. Also, above the characters, we see different emblems. 3 of them are the same. I believe that is the chaser because one character is carrying the quaffle. And we see across bats, I believe that's the beater. And we see our player snatching the quaffle, and it kind of does it in a punchy way that also leaves the opponent's team player in the next shot with sparkles around their head, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if there will be different ways you can snatch the quaffle. Also important to point out that the character who is carrying the quaffle is inside a yellow bubble, which kind of gets smaller as we approach the character and then snatch the quaffle. In the next shot, we are at the Quidditch World Cup arena where we see another player intercepting quaffle, and after they do that, the bubble around quaffle is pretty small. And once we're back at Quidditch pitch around winter time, once the character throws the quaffle, as it flies away, the yellow bubble gets bigger. So I guess there will always be an indicator for the quaffle's whereabouts, whether someone is carrying it or it's flying through the air. We'll be able to easily identify and see the quaffle, which is great. Also important thing, once we roll back to the Quidditch World Cup, we see that there is a barrier. So we will have a limited space where we can fly. We will not be able to fly out of the Quidditch arena just like it happened with Harry when he got attacked by Dementors. So none of that, even though we're going to be seeing that, but maybe there will be certain scenarios where you will be able to do that. I'm not sure, but from what I'm seeing here, it's going to be a pretty limited space. Also here we can see the emblem of the keeper above this player, and as the quaffle flies through the ring, we get a big explosion and we cut to a screen that reads single player career mode, which is quite interesting. I love single player modes more than competitive stuff. We'll see how that plays out. In the sequence of next few shots, we get quick looks at the different arenas. We get, based on the ship, I'm pretty sure this is near Durmstrang, somewhere in the north. Then we have the Beauxbatons, the Quidditch arena next to the French School of Magic. Then we got the Quidditch World Cup arena with giant quaffle. Oh my god, this one looks so cool. And we get the Hogwarts Quidditch pitch. As Lee Jordan says, your careers will take you to larger and larger venues as you compete for various championships. So basically what I understand is that you're going to start somewhere like in Hogwarts, and then you'll be completing different missions, I don't know, gaining points, upgrading yourself, and then you'll be moving, unlocking new arenas like probably Beauxbatons, then moving into Durmstrang, and then as the final thing will be Quidditch World Cup, where you will be winning the Quidditch World Cup. Then we get a screen online competitive mode, which is the one where I will be cursing the most of the time because I'm not super into competitive games, but I'm super into Quidditch, so we'll see how that will play out. We have Cho Chang together with the Ravenclaw team, and I don't know the middle guy, but that was Malfoy in the Slytherin team. And we have a first reveal how the Seeker role will work. And hello, in 2024 we will still be flying through circles in the game of Quidditch, just like we did back in 2001. Because you can see the yellow rings, the character flies through it, and then the little bar on top fills up a little bit. Then as we continue flying forward, the snitch changes direction, and boom. So basically, your goal will be to fly as best as possible, collecting all these energy rings to fill up the bar, and then you catch the snitch. And considering also the fact that the timer is there, it makes me think that the catching of the snitch won't stop the match, that you will still gain your points, but the game will continue playing until the timer runs out. That's why I guess there is a timer, because in the real rules of Quidditch is that you can play for like weeks until you catch the snitch. You know, there's some games in history that went on and on and on, days after day, because no one could catch the snitch. So here it is different. Also interesting thing, it looks like they're both Harry Potters as the Seekers, so that's gonna be cool. Next we have, oh my god, there's okay guys, here in the screen there's so much going on. First of all, even the Chaser will be having its own rings, and it looks like it's some sort of power-up for the players to gain some speed boost, because once the player goes through them, its broom trail lights up brighter. Also, there's a confirmation that there will be charged throws, because as the player approaches, the ball then starts to light up and there's kind of yellow lightning happening there, and then boom. So looks like you will have the ability to quickly throw the quaffle as you approach the rings, or you can just like make it powerful. I don't know if it's going to make it, I guess it will be flying faster, and that's the point. But we'll see if it actually has any other things. Also, if you pay closer attention, there are little arrows around the character, and they kind of change directions. I guess that is an indicator of where the opponent teammates are. And then once the little arrow lights up a little bit, I wonder what that is. Maybe someone is getting too close to the player. It kind of warns you that someone is behind you, is about to like snatch the quaffle. Maybe that's what it is, or maybe that's an indicator of an incoming bludger attack. Also, important thing about the bludgers, here in the shot we see both red and blue bludgers flying around, but the bludgers are flying without the beaters. And I guess that makes sense, because the bludgers, they have their own like their beings, so to say. They're like enchanted, and so they're always flying. So I guess the beaters will have to kind of like call them, or maybe they, you know, the bludgers flying, they have to align themselves to like hit the bludgers with a bat in a specific direction, so then it flies. But here, for example, you see a shot, the red bludger is flying in one direction, then changes it and hits the other player next to the Chaser. How did that happen? Can we like have the full control of the bludger once we set it to someone? That's my question, because it changed direction. Also, during the shot, Lee Jordan mentions that you can be competing for the world's most prestigious stage, the Quidditch World Cup. So I guess in the competitive mode, there will be also some tournaments, and there will be actual Quidditch World Cups, and there will be probably some leaderboards there that you can climb. And also, it is important to point out that these blue circles, they're not there as we start this shot, but then there's like a little diamond, maybe that's another arrow, appears, and it kind of reveals the blue circles that give the power. So maybe we can cast it, because it's blue. Maybe some of our teammates are able to give us that boost, or make those rings appear so they give us the boost. Or maybe the Chaser has that ability, because we had wands, remember? Maybe that's how you use the wands, that you cast the boost for yourself. Play as iconic characters. We have Harry Potter choking on the snitch, Malfoy catching the snitch, Cho Chang lifting the broom, and Ron being hit by the broom. Or create your own character. So this is amazing. You're going to be able to select the presets of already known characters and not bother with this. Or create your own character and put all kinds of different clothes. There are different robes, different outfits. On top, there are different categories. There's the outfit, there's the house emblem, which I guess you will be able to switch up the house, and then the little droplet, that's basically, from what I understand, is you will be able to manipulate the colors of different things, and you're going to be able to get different brooms, not just skins, but different brooms, because, very important, there are different stats that you can upgrade. There's speed, durability, agility, and there's Storm Rider has level 1. Below it says upgrade by using 20 off, and on top there is an emblem of blue crystals. I believe this is the same material as used in Hogwarts Legacy, Moonstone. And I love that they're going to be using the same, crafting material in both games, so it's just not confusing, but they're keeping the continuity in check between all the different games. That's awesome. But that's makes me question things. So they said that there are no microtransactions, but this is a danger zone in general, because if there were microtransactions, I'll be right away, okay, so basically you can pay yourself and get stronger and faster and whatever with the broom. But here, basically, because I had an assumption that each broom, it will be just a different skin, but everyone will fly with the same speed. No, they're actually rewards for getting better. Maybe this is just only linked to the story progression, like the single player one, and it's not gonna affect in multiplayer. But if it is, wow, there will have to be probably different ranks for different brooms, maybe, because basically you can be upgraded dude and someone is starting right away. Sorry, I hit you guys. Starting right away, then you cannot pair me fully upgraded with just a new guy who has a very simple broom, right? So there will have to be some ranking and some separate, so everyone is matched, so to say, right? Or unless it's going to be only by the character, I don't know. It makes it unequal, and which makes sense because, we had Malfoy's flying Nimbus 2001s, right? Much faster than anyone else. Yet Harry Potter won with just Nimbus 2000. So again, it's not the gear that is most important, it's the talents of the players that is very crucial. So your skills will be still the highest priority, and this will be kind of a secondary bonus little thing. Also below you can see friends back and rotate. Maybe you can send each other gifts, like, I have this one, or you gain unlock a gift that you can send to your friend. That would be cool. And then we have more cinematics. Now, this is where it gets me a little bit confused, because this scene with Harry Potter trying to catch Snitch during the thunderstorm, that's third film when he got attacked by Dementors. But again, we cannot leave the arena based on the barrier. Maybe there are openings on top, but again, it's just cinematic, and cinematics usually are not representative of gameplay, so they're just there for the sake of being a cinematic. And that's exactly what we get as the last part of the trailer. We get a bunch of cinematics and the logo drop with a release date, September 3rd. Now let's talk about the pre-orders. This is very complicated. I'm still confused myself, but listen very, very closely. Okay, there are two versions available, the Standard and Deluxe. The Standard Digital and Digital Deluxe Editions are available for pre-order for Xbox Series and PC platforms on Steam or Epic Games Store. For PlayStation players, PlayStation Plus members, the Standard Edition will be available September 3rd. Actually, September 2nd at 9 p.m. That's what it says on the store. Maybe it will be updated, but that's what it says. You cannot pre-order it yet, but you will get the pre-order bonus that you will be getting with every other edition, which is the Firebolt Broom skin. But the confusing part is that you cannot pre-order digitally the deluxe edition for PlayStation. You can do it for 8 other platforms. Nintendo Switch, by the way, will be available this holiday season. It says in their FAQ, but it's not ready yet, so it's not coming out September. Now, the physical one, there is the physical edition, but that one will be coming out only in November. On November 8th, you can pre-order it. You have to go on the actual Amazon, GameStop, whatever. With the Digital Deluxe Edition, you will get the house packs. For each house, there will be a Storm Rider Hurricane Broom skin. There will be a house representative crest emblem and the uniform for each house, and also 2,000 gold, which I guess that's the currency you're going to be able to spend for different skins also, and probably going to be earned. Again, no microtransactions planned yet for this game. The biggest confusion is that okay, if I want these packs, the Digital Deluxe Edition, how do I get it for PlayStation? And there's no word about that anywhere. You cannot pre-order this game on PlayStation Store right now. It's only a wish list. So I believe what they're doing, they're welcoming people to join the PlayStation Plus membership, and maybe once you do get the standard edition, you will be able to then get this pack separately. Like you pay like extra $10. So the prices. How many American doll hairs does it worth? The standard edition is $29.99 and the deluxe edition is $10 more, $39.99. But you will be able to do that. You will be able to get the free edition only for duration of the September, from September 3rd to September 30th. Make sure if you have the PlayStation Plus, download the game and don't delete it afterwards. I think that's how it works, because if you delete it, then you have to, buy it because it won't be available anymore. Is that confusing? Yes, it's confusing because their rhetoric is Quidditch Champions will be available at launch on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, system, and PC. Sorry, I'm just seeing this in their FAQ, and it does say Nintendo Switch, but once you go to the specific question, it says the Nintendo Switch System Edition will be released this 2024 holiday season. But then it says that it's at launch, but launch is in the... What I guess launch for Nintendo Switch could be a different date. That's where it is confusing. I think they're just trying to sell more the PlayStation Plus memberships. It is what it is. I personally, this is cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I haven't decided which platform I will choose. It probably will be PlayStation because I have PlayStation Plus. It's like it brings me back to the release of Hogwarts, to the announcement about the different editions of Hogwarts Legacy, because it was similar confusion. Like, what are we getting at what date? Which platforms would you get in with what? If you're still confused, feel free to ask questions below. I will be making a little update video in a few days once the developers reconfirm certain things, because we are asking in the community, like the whole community is asking about all these like confusions and stuff like that. So we will get clarification. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. I will be bringing you all the updates, and also go to my Discord and join the channel, because there's a team that I'm slowly starting to build, and there will be a place where we'll be playing Quidditch Champions all together. And I'm warning you, I'm very vocal when it comes to competitive games. It's just like how I am. I don't mean things, but I'm very vocal. So just for your discretion for the future. And right now, what I really want to do for the rest of this month, as we're getting closer to the release, I want to train myself by playing some Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. And once that video is up, I'll make sure to put somewhere around here. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with this very lengthy breakdown video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like button if you like this video, and all the other buttons of that nature. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.